Outstanding. How's everybody doing? Happy December the 10th. Welcome to Randsanity, episode 192. Episode 192. I survived my birthday yesterday. Thank you for all the love, the likes, the birthday presents, the notes pinned on doors on a Raising Cane's napkin. I did eat my cake. I appreciated my bowl. Look, see? I got a cool present bowl. And I ate too much yesterday, so I didn't really eat much today. I feel better after all the lobster and steak yesterday because that was good stuff. So, lobster, steak, you got to have that stuff. It's birthday food. All right. Let's see. Where are we at tonight? How's everybody doing? Everyone doing all right? Everyone having fun? Everyone excited? It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, right? It's a bit of a snowy, cold evening. I'm not really happy about that. That happens, though. It is winter, right? It is freaking winter out. So, what do you want to say? Not a ton. See, this time of year, there's not a lot that happens in the music industry. The record labels all close down. They all take a nice long reprieve and vacation, so there's no musical ads. Not a lot of new songs getting put into the mix. It's a little bit slow. That's just how it goes. The only exciting news was, something about Michigan. I don't know. I didn't really read about it. Oops. Just saying. Got to watch what you do there, Coach. High scrutiny. Man, that's a lot of money to lose. I'm just saying, a lot of money. Yes, made that a Tuttle. Yes, it was awesome. Very cool. Yeah, a lot of money to lose. That's a lot of money to lose for whatever that was. I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, you could buy it was $14 million. Dismissed for cause $0 million. Woo! People. Let's jump into it. Let's just go right into it, okay? I don't really have a lot of bullshit tonight because I did what like I said, I am in my pajamas. I got my new PJs. I got new SpongeBob PJs, so I'm super excited about SpongeBob pajamas because, it's better than have to wear jeans, and I don't have my shoes on. See, look, no shoes, like normal, no shoes, barefoot, and pajamas. Because I can do that. I'm in my little studio, my little space, my world here. So hit like, make sure you smash the like button. Come on, I had like 10,000 likes last night. And it was not just my birthday, it's because I'm adorable. Right? Come on, you know it. Everybody else in here's a bunch of douchebags. They're all trying to sell you something. And they have one camera and they're very so this is... Come on, get a little dynamic, people. I have multiple cameras. See, I can look at this camera. I can look at that camera. I can even go back here. Let's talk about Fats Domino. 1949, we're going to go back to and start tonight. 1949. Fats Domino recorded his tracks for Imperial Records. One of those songs was called The Fat Man, which later became his nickname. Aw. Well, I guess if you're Fats Domino, your nickname should be The Fat Man. Right? I'm not making any judgment calls. He could have been skinny. He could have weighed nothing. But I don't know. I wasn't around to meet Fats Domino. I'm just telling you what it says. But he could have been obese. I don't know. You tell me. This is not so great. Cincinnati, Ohio, 1959. The band The Platters. The 4 male members of the Platters were acquitted of charges of aiding and abetting prostitution, lewdness, and assignation after an incident. Well, what were you doing in Cincinnati there, Platters? This happened in August 10th of 1959. I guess despite the outcome of the trial, the scandal severely damaged the group's career. Well, I guess so. What are you doing hanging out with nefarious women of ill repute? Come on, that's 1959, man. That stuff doesn't work. You can't do that stuff. Not in the 1950s, especially in Cincinnati, Ohio. I mean, come on, look what happened to Larry Flint. Man, they, crucified him. That's just what happens, What can I tell you? Cincinnati, Ohio is definitely a puritanical city compared to a lot of other Ohio cities. I only know Columbus because that's where I reside in now. Not originally from here, just this is where I reside. Hit like. Come on. You have to smash the like button. You have to be like smashing it. Smash it. Share it. Notifications. What else? I don't know. Let's see. Did you see the Shamrock commercial guy running for the something in Texas? Play some Bo Brummel laughs. I didn't see that. Sorry. I didn't notice that. What can I tell you? I can't see everything. I can see most things, but I can't see everything. 1965, an 18-year-old David Bowie recorded Can I Help Thinking About Me at Pi Studios in London, P-Y-E Studios in London. It was later released as a single under the name David Bowie with the lower third. It became the first David Bowie record to be released in the United States, as well as the first time Bowie appeared under the songwriter's credits. Look at that, David Bowie, because he changed his name. That's not his real name, right? We know that. We're all aware of that. Fair enough. 1966, our favorite surf boys. The Beach Boys went to number 1 on the U.S. with their single Good Vibrations. It was the group's third number 1. And we've talked about this before. As a child, one of the boys, Mr. Wilson, was told that dogs can pick up on bad vibrations. So a dog would bark at bad vibrations. So he wrote the song loosely based on that, and that's why it was Good Vibrations. So the dog wouldn't be barking. So that's where that came from. Good vibrations. I could use a little sun. It's cold and crappy. It's Columbus, Ohio. But it's winter. What do you expect, right? We don't get that. Columbus is like the second cloudiest city in the country next to like Seattle or some stupid shit like that. Because we get the lake effect like clouds. We don't get the snow. Lake effect goes more east, but we get the clouds. So it's cloudy here like all the time. All the time. I want my vitamin D. I need vitamin D. Bring me the vitamin D. Smash the like button. Smash it. Smash it to pieces. 1967. Sitting on the dock of the bay, Mr. Otis Redding. Singer, songwriter. He was killed in a plane crash at the age of 26. So he missed out on that mysterious 27 curse. Redding and his band made an appearance in Cleveland, Ohio at the local upbeat television show the previous day. The plane carrying Otis and his band crashed at 3:28 p.m. in the icy waters of Lake Monoma near Madison, Wisconsin. Redding was killed in the crash along with the members of the Bar-Kays. Jimmy King, Ron Caldwell, Philin Jones, and Carl Cunningham. Trumpet player Ben Cawley was the only person to survive the crash. Otis Redding killed way too soon. Another plane crash. Telling you, man, these musicians need to fly private or get go commercial, man. You don't see that happen in the big jets. In 1971, playing the first of 2 nights at the London's Rainbow Theatre in England, Frank Zappa was pushed off the stage by a dude named Trevor Howell. The guy was a jealous boyfriend of an audience member. Zappa fell on the concrete floor in the orchestra pit. The band thought Zappa had been killed. I mean, you fall off a stage, that's not good. I don't know how far stages are that you've seen, but, they can be 6-8 feet, whatever. Anyway, he suffered serious fractures, head trauma, injuries to his back, leg, neck, as well as a crushed larynx, which ultimately caused his voice to drop a third after healing, so he talked a little bit lower. This accident resulted in him using a wheelchair for an extended period, forcing him off the road for over half a year. Don't push people off stages. Just telling you. At some point, I'm going to actually get the video edited so you can see what happens when you get dropped by people when you're crowd surfing. Me, dropped, broke 2 ribs. It was not glorious. I'm just going to tell you. It was not my finest moment. I mean, I don't have a lot of fine moments. Someone said the other day that, you're not a delicate ballerina. No, I'm not. I am like a, let's see. What's the opposite of a delicate ballerina? Oh, right. That's a bull in a china shop. Yes, I am more like a bull in a china shop as opposed to a delicate ballerina. So smash that like button. Smash it to pieces. All of you. Get smashing. Patti Smith. So in 1973, CBGBs, which actually stood for Country, Bluegrass, and Blues. It didn't do that. Opened in the Lower East Side of New York City, founded by Hilly Crystal. It was originally intended to feature its namesake musical styles, country, bluegrass, and blues, but became a forum for American punk and new wave bands such as Blondie, Patti Smith, and my favorite, the Ramones. Yes, CBGBs. Long gone but remembered. 1973, opened on December the 10th, day after my birthday. 1975, ABBA released Fernando. I listened to Fernando tonight. The song is one of ABBA's best-selling singles of all times, with 6 million copies sold in 1976 alone, and is one of fewer than 40 all-time singles to have been sold over 10 million copies or more of physical 45s worldwide. The song was written for the group member Annie Fried Langstad and was included on her debut 1975 album Frida Isam. Hey man, that's Swedish. What do you expect from me? Okay? I'm not Swedish. That's not how it works. Just telling you. In 1983, Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson started a 6-week run in the #1 slot on the U.S. singles chart with Say, Say, Say. It was Jackson's 10th #1 solo and the Jacksons, and it was McCartney's 29th solo and the Beatles. He was kicking Michael Jackson's ass back then. I don't know, Michael caught up, though. I definitely know he got a lot more than that eventually. That's what happens, man. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? All right, lots of auction stuff. Lots of people auction crap off. Hector. In 1998, a recording of the 1963 Beatles concert was sold at an auction at Christie's in London for $41,000. The tape of the Beatles' 10-song concert was recorded by the chief technician of the Gaumont Theatre in Bournemouth during one of 6 consecutive nights which the Beatles had played. He also sold for $8,500 a set of autographs of 5 Beatles, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, Pete Best, and Stuart Sutcliffe. The autographs had been obtained by a fan in Liverpool in 1961. So that's a little bit of cash. We'll get to bigger cash in a minute, though. In 1998, Bruce Springsteen won a $2.7 million court battle to ban an album of his early songs. The case revolved around the dispute over copyright ownership between Bruce and a former manager. The manager wanted to release it and make more cash. Bruce said, denied. That's not going to happen. Not letting you do it, man. Just not letting you do it. In 1999, a war of words broke out between George Michael and Cliff Richard after George branded Cliff Richard's hit Millennial Prayer as vile. Come on, George, what up with that? Cliff hit back by saying that his single was a Christian celebration. Okay, just going to let that go. I have no reason to argue any of that nonsense, just because it makes no sense to me to do. In 2000, Eminem went to #1 on the UK singles chart with Stan, featuring British singer Dido. Stan was #1 in 11 countries. Dido's lyrics are exactly a sample of the opening lines from her song Thank You. Stan. You know what Stan is, right? That's his stalker fans. Mm-hmm. Yes, stalker fans. I can't tell you how many restraining orders we had to get over the years. People be cray, man. People be cray. There's definitely lunatic stalkers. We definitely got some restrainings over the years. Philip Porch on Chatham Road today cracked the rib. Oh, no, don't break ribs. Oh, that sucks. Ugh. Yeah, broken ribs, bad breaking ribs. I've done it many times. It's never a good idea to break your ribs. I'm just telling you, man. All right, more auction stuff. 2004, one of RCA microphones that used by radio station KWKH for the historic Elvis Presley appearance of the Louisiana Hayride sold for $37,500. The microphone was one of 3 used during the 50 performances by Elvis Presley when he performed for the radio show in Shreveport from 1954 to 1956. Now, in 2005, the band Queen and Freddie Mercury overtook the Beatles to become the 3rd most successful act of all time. Sales in 2005 showed that Queen had now overtaken the Beatles to make it into the 3rd place, spending 1,755 weeks on the British singles and album chart. The Beatles slipped to 4th place with 1,749 weeks. Elvis spent 2,574 weeks on the singles chart and the album chart, making him number 1 in the top 100 most successful acts of all time. Sir Cliff Richard, who just got into an argument with George Michael apparently, remained in the 2nd place, clinching 1,982 weeks on the charts. That's a long time. If you think about it being on the chart for 2,574 weeks, if a year is 52 weeks, it's a lot of years, kids. That's a lot of freaking years. Woo! Anyway. 2007, Led Zeppelin played the first concert in 19 years at London's O2 Arena as part of the tribute concert. Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, John Paul Jones were joined on stage by Jason Bonham, son of the late drummer John Bonham. More than 1 million people took part to get one of the 20,000 tickets available for the show. All proceeds went to one of the charities. Zeppelin performed 16 songs, including 2 encores. A number of celebrities attended the gig: Dave Grohl, Jeff Beck, Brian May, David Gilmour, The Edge, Peter Gabriel, Mick Jagger, Kate Moss, Naomi Campbell, Jerry Hall, Priscilla Presley, and Paris Hilton. Yeah, I would have liked to have gone to that, but I did not get my list. Apparently, I missed it by that much. Yeah, you know, if 1 million people want tickets to something and there's only 20,000 tickets, yeah, you know, there's definitely some special privileges going on. I would say that that's the way it works. Not that I've ever been on the other side of that. I mean, you know, that's not how it's supposed to work, right? But it does. That's just the world, friends. That's just the world. Okay, this is kind of crazy if you think about this, right? In 2008, the Associated Press reported that the U.S. military used loud music to create fear and disorient and prolong capture shock for prisoners at the military detention base in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Among the songs blasted 24 hours a day were Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen, okay, Hell's Bells by AC/DC, okay, White America by Eminem, okay, the theme from Sesame Street, that I would probably get a little crazy, but this is when this is where I would lose my shit. I Love You from Barney and Friends TV show. There it is. That's it. I love you. I mean, like, all right, stop, please. I'll tell you anything. Don't play Barney. I cannot listen to Barney. Not even like the opening sounds of it. Can you imagine if you listen to it for 24 hours a day? Barney? Oh my God, I'd lose my shit. I'd be like, dude, this is torture. You are definitely involved in torture. No one can listen to Barney for that long. No one should listen to Barney for that long. No one should listen to Barney for that long. Just saying. Right? It's Barney. He's a giant purple dinosaur. That just seems horrible. It just seems terrible. Barney. I don't know. Call me crazy. Paul McCartney getting about as real as he gets. In 2009, in an interview with Q Magazine, Paul McCartney was asked if his marriage to Heather Mills was the worst mistake of his life. He replied, okay, yeah, I suppose that has to be one of the prime contenders. Well, think about this. I guess that would be true. His divorce settlement cost him $38 million plus annual payments for his daughter Beatrice. $38 million for getting divorced to Heather Mills. All right. Apparently Heather was a train wreck and a nightmare. Sorry. That'll cost you $40 million there, Paul. That's the mistake not to make again. All right. Auction stuff. Bob Dylan, 2010. The original handwritten lyrics for Bob Dylan's The Times Are Changin' sold at a New York auction for, you ready for this one? This is just lyrics. Handwritten lyrics, okay? $422,000. Basically $500,000. Adam Sender, a hedge fund manager and art collector, outbid 5 others placing telephone bids. The song, one of Dylan's most politically charged, was the title track of his 1964 album. $422,000. Dude, you have way too much money if you're burning it for a piece of paper with handwritten notes on it. That's just me. Okay? A copy of the Beatles' Love Me Do 1962 demonstration record sold for $17,000 during a 10-day eBay auction. According to the seller, the original demo was the holy grail of Beatles items. Okay, that's a reasonable price, $17,000. This one's nuts. Okay? 2015, Janis Joplin's psychedelic 1965 Porsche sold for, ready for this one? They expected it to sell for anywhere between $400,000 and $600,000. Okay? It sold for $1.76 million at Sotheby's car auction in New York City. $1.76 million for a Porsche. I mean, okay. That's, again, you got way too much money, people. Way too much money. That's a shit ton of cash. I mean, I get it. Again, like I said, I'm a collector, but it's only stuff that's mine. Like, I don't collect other people's shit. I would have, could have, should have. Do it yourself, man. If you can't be Janis Joplin, you don't need to own her damn car. I'm just saying. That's just me. That's me. Just me. 2021, American musician, songwriter, and actor Michael Nesmith of the Monkees died of heart failure at his home in Carmel Valley, California at the age of 78. He was best known as the member of the pop band The Monkees and co-starred the TV series The Monkees from 1966 to 1968. It was only 2 years, 66 to 68. It's crazy that the Monkees are only around that short. His songwriting credits include Different Drum, which became a hit for Linda Ronstadt, and the Stone Ponies. After the breakup of the Monkees, Nesmith continued his successful songwriting performing career, first with seminal country rock group The First National Band, to whom he had a top 40 hit, Joanne. The Monkees. Speaking of, born on this day was Susan Day. She was Laurie in the Partridge Family. She's 71. Michael Clark Duncan, 68 if he was alive today. Maybe he was a big guy in the Green Mile. Big Michael. He died in 2012. I can't believe he's been gone that long. Bobby Flay, birthday today. Bobby Flay. He's like the only celebrity chef that I can kind of deal with. I think the other ones are kind of obnoxious. It's like, bro, you don't need to be that much of a dick. I mean, I know that's what sells because people want to see that. People really like people that are dicks, but I mean, I don't know, man. Come on, just fuck off. Bobby Flay, 61 today. Jay Mascis of Dinosaur Jr. is 60 today. We got Brian Milko of Placebo, 53. And Meg White of the White Stripes, 51 today. And you know, Jack White and Meg White aren't brother and sister, right? We're all aware of that. And the only person besides Otis Redding that I said and Mike Nesmith that I said died, Richard Pryor died today. Died in 2005, 20 years ago. He died at the age of 65. If you've never seen Pryor's stuff, man, go watch some of this stuff. Go YouTube some of his stuff. He was hilarious. I mean, he caught himself on fire and still did comedy after that and talked about lighting himself on fire, doing like freebasing cocaine. I mean, you have to have some serious chutzpah to like joke about lighting yourself on fire while you're freebasing cocaine. I mean, that takes some serious balls to do. I mean, I don't know if I could laugh at myself if I lit myself on fire from freebasing cocaine. Just saying. Just saying. Oh, everyone having a good time tonight? Any questions about rock and roll? I can answer rock and roll questions, I promise. I have that ability to do. I really, really do. No one smashed the like button tonight? Smash that like button. You got to smash the like button. You have to share this. You have to, I don't know, whatever else. Do all that good stuff. Come back. My Yugo sold for $100 for scrap. Yeah. Woo, my Yugo. That's funny. I like that. I like that my Yugo sold for scrap. Where's Ken's tonight? Ken's, you here? I was say, come on, you want to co-host tonight? I'll try it. I still want to try to co-host. I'm co-host curious. I'm co-host curious, Ken's. Where are you at? It seems to not work. I can't ever get anybody to co-host. So I don't know who people are because I can't see. For some reason, it doesn't show me anything. So I never know who anyone is. I can't see your identity. That sucks. It's just the way it works. Crazy. Crazy. All right. So let's see. What else? I mean, that's it for the most part. I don't really have any other shockingly important music news tonight. December gets a little bit slow for music news. It just does. It's that time of year. Normally this time of year is when we would do our charity concert. We would have some sort of a charity event located around staying awake for 24 hours, 48 hours. I'm not going to do that. I don't think I could do 48 hours. I never made it back in the day, so I'm not going to start now. This is way too much, way too sleepy. I'd be so tired. I don't know. Maybe we'll try some sort of marathon. We'll try something. Okay? We'll think of something exciting. Maybe we'll do that for episode 200. Should I do that? Do 200 hours? No. People can't live 200 hours awake. Crazy people. That's not how that works. Just saying. Okay, so any questions on music, right? No, nobody's got questions. You're just going to all just be there. Thanks you and Leslie for bringing Ellie here. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. We did. That's the way it works. All right. I have no new information for you. So at that point, I'm going to depart because it's 11:30 and you guys have lives. And I know you have lives because you'd be doing something else if you didn't have lives. And I'm going to go enjoy my pajamas because, see, look, I got birthday pajamas. I got cool SpongeBob pajamas. I think it's SpongeBob Christmas birthday pajamas. So not only did I get birthday pajamas, I got SpongeBob and Patrick birthday Christmas pajamas. I am kind of a SpongeBob fan, just so you know. I have a SpongeBob somewhere. I don't know. Pinata of some sort. I don't know where it went. Who knows? Did you see the Death Star? It's lit up all festive. I'm going to get Christmas lights for it. I've decided that the Death Star needs Christmas lights. So I'm going to go find like those little mini micro lights and put them in the Death Star. So that way the Death Star will have micro Christmas lights so they can celebrate Christmas, before it blows up. That's the way that works, people. The Death Star gets Christmas. And if you don't like it, tough. Okay? Okay. All right, I'm going to leave. I appreciate you for coming out and checking out the trivia. Every night, 11 o'clock, trivia, music stuff. And if you have questions about music, ask. I can answer musical questions about bands and producers and directors and all that stuff. 'Cause that's what I do. That's what I did for 30 plus years. So, all right. Thank you. I'm blessed to be here and appreciate you all. Have a great rest of your evening as I always do, and I fade to black.